Well, good evening everybody. Garrett with Old Breed Outdoors here again, and we're back in the kitchen. Another iteration of our Field to Table series, and wanted to bring you guys another recipe. So if you've been paying attention, you know we're starting to do more, we're going to start doing more recipe type things than just the processing. So finishing that Field to Tables, process, we have a bunch of videos that we've done, showing that from the field to the table, the field to the processing piece, and making some sausages, making hamburgers, all those different things. But we haven't really kind of gotten to the table in most of those videos. So sausages is a little different, obviously, but there's so many more recipes out there and different things that you can do to kind of explore the different wild game cooking opportunities that are available to you. And that's kind of what we're trying to share with you here. So we've got one episode that we put up already. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. It was a Dutch oven recipe. It was pretty awesome. This is another one that a recipe that I've tried out once already. I wanted to see if I would like it before I tried to make a video with it. And let me tell you, it is pretty awesome. So this is a Polish casserole. Super simple, easy to make. It's literally penne pasta, some Dijon mustard, milk, Swiss cheese, condensed cream of mushroom soup, some sauerkraut, green onion, garlic, and Polish sausage. So that is literally all it is. Like I said, pretty simple to do. So first step here I'm working on is slicing up my Polish sausage here that I made last year. And if you haven't seen that episode, go check it out where I do the whole process of making my own Polish sausage from scratch here. So I'm doing that right now, slicing this up. So I've got roughly a pound and a half of sausage here. I'm going to slice this all up and get it ready to go into the mix here. Alright, so I got that all cut up. Pretty simple. And really, like I said, this recipe literally has 2 steps. Cook the pasta, prep all these ingredients, mix it into the casserole dish, put it in the oven. And it's that simple. So I got the sausage cut up. Calls for 4 green onions, so I'm going to cut these up to go into, and I'm just going to throw it in this little dish I have right here that I'm using to put all my stuff in. Alright, so that's all cut up. I'll just throw that in there because I don't have to do anything fancy here. Throw that in there. So now while I'm finishing the rest of this, I've already got my water boiling here on the stove, so I'm going to throw in my pasta. So the recipe calls for 4 cups of the penne pasta. Obviously it's not rocket science. So I've got my water boiling. I'm going to measure this out. 4 cups, like I said, give or take. So there you have it. There's 4 cups, roughly, of the penne pasta. So water is just about to a boil here. So while I wait for this water to finish boiling, I'm going to just prep the rest of this. So it calls for 2 cans of the cream of mushroom soup. So it's these 10.5 ounce cans. These are nice little pop top ones. So I'll prep those, set them aside. And for the sauerkraut, it calls for a 16 ounce jar of sauerkraut. Now, I couldn't find a 16 ounce jar at my store, so I grabbed 2 8-ounce cans of sauerkraut that I'm just going to open those up. So it does call, drained and rinsed for the sauerkraut. So I'm going to open these up, and I'm just going to put them through the strainer, rinse them off, and then they'll be ready to go into the mix. Alright, water boiling. I'm going to pour in some of this pasta here. I don't know how you do it, but I always throw a little olive oil in. Helps keep it from sticking. And I like the taste. Grab me a stirring utensil. Give that a quick little stir. Something else I always do. Let it sit 11 minutes for your traditional al dente. An extra minute if you want a little bit more tender. I'm going to do it for the 12 minutes just simply because I'm going to be putting this into the oven. So while that's boiling, I'm going to do some more prep work here and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is boiling. Make sure you give it a stir every once in a while. I've got my sauerkraut well rinsed and let that drain. So the last thing I had to do for prepping here while I wait for the pasta to be done is to shred some Swiss cheese. So get my little handy dandy shredder out here, and it's even got a cool little measure thing on the side here. So it calls for 3 cups total of the Swiss cheese. I got a block of Swiss cheese here. I'm only going to shred 2 cups right now because that's what gets mixed into the whole mix into the casserole dish. And right before I put it in the oven, I'll sprinkle the last cup on top. So here we go. Again, this is not a rocket science. Just get about what you think you need. In my case, I'm pretty OCD, so I end up going overboard here with the measuring. But this will end up being this entire block of cheese I'm going to shred up. This is just one of your normal 6-ounce packages of Swiss cheese. That's really all you need. So I'm going to finish shredding this, and when we come back, we should have the noodles ready to go. Alright, noodles are done. Drain these and rinse these. And I'm going to save my pot here, because I'm going to use that to mix all this in. So I'll rinse these off real quick. We'll make sure these are good and drained. Give them a little shake. And then what I'm going to do is just pour it right back in the pot. And at this point, I can start mixing in the rest of these ingredients. So I've got my sauerkraut. I'm going to give it one last go here. Make sure it's good and drained. Alright, looks good. Throw that in there. I love me some sauerkraut. What about you? You guys like sauerkraut? My wife thinks I'm weird. I've got, so it calls for 4 cloves of garlic minced. If you didn't know, you can use the stuff that comes in a jar that's already minced up in a nice little mincing size, because I'm really bad at this. Half a teaspoon is equal to 1 clove of minced garlic. That'll be 2 actual cloves, right? So I've got 2, it calls for 4, so I've got 2 teaspoons. Throw that in there. I've got, well, we already cut up the Polish sausage, and quite honestly guys, go back and watch that video, it's pretty cool. I'll wait. Alright, hope you enjoyed that video. We're back. So I've got my sausage, my green onions, and I'm going to dump that in here. Get all that in there. I've got my 2 cups of shredded Swiss. I'm going to dump that in there. Alright. Milk. Calls for 1 1/3 cup of milk. Pour that in there. Next is my cream of mushroom soup. Grab me a spoon. Just dump this in here. Alright, 1. Please recycle. 2. Put that in there. Next, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Nothing fancy here, folks, just French's Dijon mustard. 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons and a little extra squirt just for good luck. Alright, there you have it. Grab my spoon, my spatula that I used to stir the pasta with, and I'm just going to give this a good stir in the pot. Trying to get too much of that cheese all over the countertop. Wife just cleaned the kitchen this weekend. Don't want to get in trouble with the wife. That's how you end up taking money out of that wife bank prematurely. It's a penalty for early withdrawal. Don't want that. Especially with turkey season 2 weeks away. Make sure you give it a good healthy stir so you get all of this stuff incorporated in as evenly as possible. You know, get that milk in there, stir it around too, you know. Alright, stirred it up, 8-inch baking pan, get the fancy one out here, and I'm just going to pour this in to my pan. Alright, that was pretty simple, wasn't it? At least I think so. The last thing I need to do now, I've got this on here, is I'm going to shred up the rest of this mozzarella, not mozzarella. Well, that's the last of this Swiss cheese. So the rest of this block of Swiss cheese, get it shredded up. Try not to shred your fingertips. Done that before. Does not feel good. Trust me, do not try that at home. Alright, there you go. All shredded up. I'm going to sprinkle the rest of this on. Now tell me that does not look amazing. That looks amazing to me, right there. Oven's already preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to throw it in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes, and then we'll be back to taste test this. In the meantime, I'm going to make myself a salad. Stay tuned. Alright, it's time to take it out of the oven. Take a look at this. Ooh, that looks good. Good and bubbly, just like it says it's supposed to be. Oh man. There you go. Look at that. We're going to let this sit. So I'm just going to let this thing sit here and cool down a little bit and set up. In the meantime, I'm going to eat my salad. If you're wondering, I eat a salad with everything in it. My wife gives me a hard time. She says, what kind of salad is this? And I'm just like, it's a everything in the refrigerator kind of salad. Literally, everything in the refrigerator. It goes in the salad. So I'm going to go eat my salad, and I'll come back and we'll give this a test and see what we think. Alrighty. Salad was delicious, by the way. You should try everything in the refrigerator salad. Let this cool down a little bit so I don't burn my mouth too bad. Give me a healthy old scoop here. Maybe I'll throw a little extra in here, just because I'm hungry. And we're going to give this a try. Let's see here. Looks pretty good. What do you think of that? Right there. Ooh, that looks good. A little steamy though. So let's give this a shot. See if I messed it up since the last time I made it. A little warm still. Man, that's good. You gotta give this a shot. Takes a little bit of time, simply because you gotta put it in the oven for a while, but super simple to make. 2 steps in the directions, and man, that is delicious. Simply delicious. Again, it's Polish Casserole. Simply just go on Google Polish Casserole, and you'll find this. And hope you enjoyed the video today. I'm going to keep working on trying to do these types of videos for you guys to show you the rest of the process that we're doing. So do us a favor, reach down and hit that subscribe button. We recently just hit 500 subscribers. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, we're well past that. Spread the word. Tell everybody and your brother to check out our channel. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a like. Leave a comment. And come back for more. We'll see you guys. Thanks.
I burned out like a wandering ember. I shone bright in my journey.